Hey, actor friends, it's Michael Kostroff, and this week I want to talk to you about a direction that we get often that I think many actors may find confusing, and that's the direction to make it your own. When you're auditioning, just make it your own. What does that mean? What it doesn't mean is that you have to pick some choice that is so different that no one else would think of. I've talked about this before. It's a really bad way to go at a scene because that's not what makes for good acting, being outrageously different. What makes for good acting is truth and honesty and getting up under the hood of the scene and the character and understanding what makes them tick and making things personal and being believable. That's what makes good acting. If you weren't auditioning and you weren't trying to impress anyone and you said, I want to really do this scene well, would you ever think, what can I do that's different that no one else would think of? It's not the right approach. And it can only lead to bad choices because if no one else would think of it, might be a reason for that. It might not track. It might not serve logic. It may not serve the scene. Making it your own also doesn't mean rewriting the scene either through, just changing lines or adding some other layer of story in the way that you play it that's not at all indicated in the script. Basically, you should never make any choice that doesn't logically work with what's on the page. You have to be able to justify it. You have to be able to make a case for it. It can't just be arbitrary. And certainly you should never make a choice that could be disproven by the text. And, I know this sounds obvious, but I work with actors all the time who say, I missed that in the stage directions. Yeah, it says she's kidding the whole time. Read the stage directions. Read the crossed out parts. And make sure that your choices are justified by what's on the page. So, what does it mean to make it your own? What I think it means is, first of all, it's going to be unique by virtue of you doing it. No two actors will play a scene the same way, so you don't have to worry about being identical to anyone. It's already unique. But I think make it your own means trust your choices, trust your instincts. Once you have vetted them, as I've told you to, and make sure that they're justifiable in terms of what's on the page, then trust it. I always hear actors say, I was going to do it this way, but I wasn't sure if that was right. Well, who knows what's right? Right according to whom? It's art, Double down on your own homework and what your script analysis has led you to. And do it with conviction and commitment, and that's what it means to make it your own. Own your own choices as an artist once you have made them responsibly. I hope that helps. I think it's it's like when people say, don't be nervous. How do I do that? Just make it your own. How do I be me? It's something we wrestle with. But I think if you follow my advice and ignore the idea of just throwing in some crazy thing to make it different, then I think you'll already be well on your way to making it your own. And that is my message for this week. So I will see you next week with more ideas. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share. I always like when you do that. And I'll see you next week. Bye.